Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with our mixed Manny chat. Manny by number. We are 3 left. We got 3 left. I've got 3 left. Got to be done before December 31st of 2025. And today we are doing numero 5, number 5. Pretty pretty princess, queen of the kingdom. This little kitty right here and the barn. Let's get started because I got very limited time and I gotta get this done. So here we go. Nails have already been prepped with OPI, Natural Nail Strengthener underneath, and Color Street Ridge Filling Nail Primer the day before. Wiped it off with an alcohol pad. Let's get started. I'm using Renewal. I'm using Cannes-fetti, which I know is one of Stacy's favorites. Stacy Adams is the one that created this Manny by number that we've been doing since October. Nope, since September. And yes, so this is a nod to her. I really wanted something to still incorporate the holidays, even though I'm doing mostly pinks. So I'm also using My Dear Friend on maybe 1 or 2 of the nails as an accent. But that is that, and let's get started. We've already started. I am all done Christmas shopping. What? Yep. Everything's been ordered, on its way, keeping our fingers crossed that the shipping gods will have everything arrive on time. And if they don't, well, then it's going to be saved for a birthday or something. But I think we did good this year. We did good. Didn't go over any big budgets. And we still, I think we've embodied all of the things that was wanted by the kiddos. Christmas really is all about the kiddos for us, not really about us or the adults, because we're trying to keep the magic alive for the kids. So, speaking of magic, the elf on the shelf has shown his face again in our household, and he's been roaming around Mama Carla's house up to no good. And I love hearing the girls tell me where they found the elf and what the elf was doing, because that elf, he be getting into things when he's scouting for Santa, making sure the girls stay nice and avoid being too naughty. I mean, kids are always going to have a little bit of naughtiness in them by design. So yeah, but we've got the elf. It was funny because when the elf showed up, I was actually listening to an audiobook. Nate Bargatze, he's a comedian. I think I'm mispronouncing his name, but he came out with a book, and Big Dumb Eyes. And I was listening to his book, and it was literally on the chapter about Elf on the Shelf. I was listening to when the elf made an appearance. So we really do live in a sim here. And I thought that was magical. But I don't have too much to talk about since the last video, since it's only been a few days since my last Manny, but I'm really trying hard to finish off this Manny by number. So that is why you may see more frequent videos, because I do like recording the Manny by numbers just to have them, on film. Great way to look back and go, hey, yeah, that was the Manny that I did, and that was what was going on in my life when I did that Manny. So that is why you'll see a few more extra videos this season. But I've been keeping busy not just with work, but also with audiobooks and reading ebooks. And the latest one I finished is one by Stephenie Meyer. She is the author of those Twilight series, you know, Bella and Edward Cullen and all that good stuff. I've actually really enjoyed her other books. The Host is another one that I had re-listened to and found out that there was a movie in 2013 based off of the book. So now I gotta go find where is it streaming for free online to watch the movie, see if it's as good as the book was. But the latest one I finished from her was called The Chemist. And I really enjoyed that book too. I mean, lots of good twists and turns and all that good stuff. So if you're looking for suspenseful story, I would recommend The Host and The Chemist by Stephenie Meyer. What else have I been listening to currently in my Audible is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I've had this book for like forever because it was like highly recommended. Like it was supposed to be really good. I didn't get into it very much at the beginning, but now I'm getting more into it. So that one is currently what I've been listening to. But, alright, hold on. Let me just hurry and get these nails down. I don't want to layer everything in 2 layers, so I just want to do this as quickly as possible. I have a hard cutoff time that needs to be done. That is what happens during the holiday season, because not only is there work, but there's also personal stuff to deal with as far as like wrapping gifts and all that good stuff. But the holiday dinner for work was the past Saturday, and I was very happy because we did White Elephant and I won a walking pad, which I hooked up in the office and was able to test it out for like 10 minutes walking at like a speed of 4.0, only to, I think, the something got short-circuited somewhere, because when I tried to turn it on again later, it would not turn on. And also the door to my office, which is held open by a magnet, wasn't working when I left the office the other day. So something definitely got shorted in my office, and I'm gonna have to connect with the right people to get that fixed. So that's something I'm not looking forward to when I'm in the office, but it is what it is. There was also some tech issues happening. So already our IT folks are super busy with dealing with all of that. So I don't want to add another thing to their plate. So maybe miraculously when I show up at the office tomorrow, the electricity for that area where the walking pad is plugged in is like working again, but we'll see. We shall see. It's not going to affect my work at least, but the other tech issues that are happening right now could possibly affect my work, so got to just keep my ears open as far as what's happening there. Alright, so I want to do the glitter first, and then I will put the other stickers on. But Cannes-fetti is super pretty if you're good with pink. Obviously, if you're not good with pink, you probably won't like it. But first thing I thought about when I read Pretty Princess, I thought of pink. Pink is just very princessy. Unless you're thinking of like a winter princess, like Frozen. Then blue, light blue. Not dark blue, but light, almost icy blue would be the other color that I would have gone with. But because I've already done something wintry for my last mixed mani, I wanted to go something more off the holiday season, but still include a little bit of holiday festivity with this cute little reindeer. So just a peeking reindeer. Or should I just do a tree? Let's do a tree. You know what? We're gonna do trees. Save the deer for another year. Just keeping track of the time here so that I know that I'm not going over. We do have to still color in the little mani by number, which I already picked out my colors. I know that the little kitty cat's going to be gray with a hint of pink, just to dress it up and match it with the mani that I'm doing. And then the barn is actually, because it is Christmas time, I'm coloring the barn red and green, because why not? And then of course I kept a little yellowish orange color out for the hay. So hey, we're ready. We are ready to roll. But look at that. Still a hint of Christmas cheer in this pretty princess nails. All right, let's get this done. We are counting down the hours now. If I were talking with my nieces, they would be counting down how many days until Christmas time. We are at the 17th. We celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, so I made sure to take that day off of work. And so we've got 7 days left before we get to Christmas. And this weekend, which we haven't had a chance to attend last year, we have my mom's side of the family, our annual holiday party, and I will be making some cinnamon brown sugar cookies to bring to the potluck. It is potluck style, and I was going to try to do other things, but it's just not fitting into the schedule. So it's looking like just the cinnamon brown sugar cookies will be made for that party. Of course, if there's anything extra, I didn't sign up for it, so it would just be extra. But not gonna stress over it and, you know, put so much pressure on myself to get lots done. I've made other things in the past which was super hard to transport, so I'm starting to like rethink like what I would actually sign up to bring, because one year I made these cute little strawberry gnomes. So they were like little cupcakes with whipped cream, strawberries for the gnome hat, and little candies for the little gnome nose and stuff like that. And they were super cute, but in transport, like half of them fell over and they didn't look so cute. So when it's not cute to look at, it's not really desired to be eaten. So this year I'm just going to go simple with cookies. Cookies are so super easy to transport. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Ryan George, if you watch his channel, I absolutely love watching his stuff. He cracks me up so much. But yes, I'm very excited to see family, chit chat, catch up on life and how things are. So many changes from year to year. So now it's been almost 2 years. So definitely there's changes that are noticeable. So I'm also struggling because Christmas Day last year, if you guys follow this channel, you know that my precious Buddha passed away on Christmas Day. Well, technically we had to go put him down because he was seizuring and not doing well on Christmas morning when we woke up, and it was a decision, a very tough decision that had to be made on Christmas Day. And so this will be the first Christmas without him. And I know my sister and her family are also dealing with their loss of both of their dogs, Ender and Wally, because they had passed in the summertime. So, you know, it's a little tough to think about, but just got to get over it and keep them alive in memories. So that is what we're doing. But definitely want to thank Stacy's kid Josie for making the wonderful drawing of Buddha. Also made drawings of Ender and Wally last year. And yeah, just I have it on my water bottle, Buddha on my water bottle. The keychain is hanging from my purse. The keychain I gave Panda Bear, though, he accidentally decapitated the keychain. So only Buddha's head is hanging from his keychain now. But yeah, it happens. It happens. All right, we are down to the last 2 here. And let's see here. Oh, what other books did I finish reading? I feel like there were other books that I had finished and returned. So I use Audible right now. Audible, lovely Audible, had a special for 3 months, 99 cents each month. So, of course, I signed up for that again because that, to me, is worth it. You get 1 credit in Audible and use of, Audible for all of the included content for the next 3 months. Kindle Unlimited was also free for, I believe it was 3 months for me, and it's ending at the end of this year. So I'm going to cancel that. I don't want to spend, I think it's $11.99 a month for that, which isn't very much, but in the grand scheme of things, when we have so many streaming apps for the kiddos to use to watch their television or their programs, their streaming programs, I should say, because it's not really television per se, but I can't justify a monthly cost for something that only I use. So I will continue with utilizing my library apps, Libby and Palace, to hopefully get books that I enjoy to read and listen to. So yeah, but that is where we're at there. And I am almost done here. And all I gotta do is color in the little Manny by number, and then we are all set. Record time, I feel like. I tend to ramble on a lot and have issues with taking a long time when I do mixed manis, because I get really distracted by talking and not enough doing of the nails while I'm doing that. And also with mixed manis, it's just trying to keep track of where am I at, and which set am I using next. And sometimes if I have to cut things out, that takes time too. So, you know, this one was relatively easy. And maximum satisfaction with Pretty Princess, Queen of the Kingdom. Look at that. So fancy, but simple. All right, really quick, let's color this in. I've got my little gray kitty here. Let's color her in. And she's going to have just a tiny hint of pink, because I'm using pink on my nails. So we got that. You probably might hear my alarm go off, but you can ignore it if you hear it, because it's not meant for you guys. It's meant for me to remind me that time is up. But let me just hurry and color this in. Not the best coloring job, but you know, that's what I get for choosing to do something on a time crunch limit here. It's the only way though I can really fit things in, because honestly, there's just so much to be done. Like yesterday, I was exhausted from work, so I clocked out at my normal after a full day's work, not doing any extra. But I made pizza for Panda and myself, and it was absolutely delicious. I think I finally have perfected that sourdough pizza dough, and just having really awesome ingredients. We have this aged Parmesan that we got from Gardener's Cheese. See, there goes my alarm. Gardener's Cheese, and it's so yummy. And then Panda had gotten some mozzarella from Costco, Kirkland. Pretty tasty too. So really, when it comes down to pizza making, having the right ingredients is absolutely necessary. Your freshest ingredients make it that much tastier. And at the office holiday dinner, there was a pizza oven in White Elephant, but I didn't end up winning it. The walking pad though was great, because I've wanted one of those for like at least 2 years now. Honestly, after Shane Dawson and his family and crew did their little walking competition, and he was talking about using a walking pad, I totally wanted one. And even during the pandemic, I had wanted one for work, but never quite got around to making that purchase, because it is kind of, you know, expensive and can't really justify paying all that for something for myself. But winning it at the holiday party made it so worth it. There you go. Pretty princess. Pretty princess. Queen of the Kingdom. That is all for now. If you've watched all the way through, go ahead, princess emoji and kitty cat emoji, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.